All right, so now we're going on to delivering the policy. So what is delivering the policy? Well, remember that in topic in the last lecture, in topic one, we talked about when coverage begins when an initial premium is paid, right? So the conditional receipt denotes that coverage will be effective once the applicant proves to be insurable, right? Meets insurable interest requirements either on the date that the application was signed or the date of the medical exam. Okay, so we've already talked about that. So now remember how in topic one, right, I asked everyone to think about what happens if initial premium was not submitted. So now here's the answer. If initial premium is not submitted, then the policy effective date is the date the policy is delivered to the applicant, premium is collected, and the statement continued good health is signed. So what is the statement? What is the statement? Well, this is where the applicant agrees that, okay, nothing has happened between the time that I completed the application to when this application was delivered, right? There were no health changes, major health changes. So that's the statement continuing good health. Okay. So there's these three things that have to happen, right? Before the policy will be active. Okay. And again, right, the issue date is different from the effective date. That's something that's kind of confusing sometimes. Where issue date is just when the insurance company issues the policy, and effective date is where, right, if um the insured passes away, then the company will pay a death benefit, right? Okay. So now let's talk about delivering and explaining the policy to the client. So something that's very important is what are the means of delivery, right? So there are mainly three ways of delivery. The first way is mailing, right? Mailing policy to the agent. Second way is mailing the policy to the applicant. And third way is the agent personally delivering the policy. And so one thing is that for the personal delivery allows the agent to build trust by explaining the policies more in detail, right? And that sometimes that's important as well. But now oftentimes, right, the policy um, holder can just receive the policy in a packet by mail, right? They can also receive it online as well. But they just need to make sure that they receive the policy, right, somehow. But personal delivery, right, we can see is important and throughout, right, even after, right, policy has been issued, right, building that continued trust, right, is always important. Okay, so now let's review topics 2 and 3. I know we're in topic 3 right now, but let's go back and kind of review through those pieces of information, and then we'll go over them shortly. Okay, so for the first one, the purpose of the Medical Information Bureau is to, okay, so the purpose, remember, is to share medical data among member companies, right? So we're kind of sharing medical information to Nationwide, Transamerica, all of these insurers. Okay. Now, something that students often fall for is C, right? Provide background data for large group health plans. Well, for this one here, right? Remember that might be just to provide background data on large group health plans, right? It's providing medical data, right? It's not providing, oh, this health plan, right? Giving statistics with each, right? It's more of providing pure medical data. All right. So number 2, what happens here? Well, remember, there's no collection of initial premium, right? So remember that we went over this, and when there's no collection of that initial premium, then The insurer needs to sign a statement of continued good health.